Governors have tried to revive it several times since. Now, the latest iteration of what's been known as the Delta Tunnels Project has just one tunnel. But that's one too many for 4 of California's Democratic congressmen. One of those congressmen with me now live to explain. Good morning, Congressman Garamendi.
Good morning.
The State Department of Water Resources released a draft environmental impact report on this controversial altered project last week, 3,000 pages of it. Wednesday, you and Congressman Harder, McNerney, and Thompson put out a statement urging Governor Newsom to cancel construction altogether. Have you heard from him since?
No, and I don't know that I will anytime soon. But the reality is this is a continuation of a failed program that actually started with Governor Pat Brown, Jerry Brown, in his 2 iterations as governor, and now again, Newsom picking up on what is a very, very bad idea. It is a system that, if built, will be used to destroy the largest estuary on the west coast of the Western Hemisphere. The Sacramento-San Joaquin estuary is dependent upon the fresh water flowing into it. This tunnel can literally sap all of that fresh water and leave the Delta to die.
Again, this effort only has one planned tunnel right now. It's formally known as the Delta Conveyance Project. We're talking about $16 billion redesigned to follow I-5 more closely. Could take 12 years to complete. The whole point here, as you were mentioning, is to send as much as 6,000 cubic square feet of water per second from the Sacramento River and eventually send it all the way down to Los Angeles. Supervisors from Sacramento, Yolo, and several other counties are in the Delta Counties Coalition. And right after the draft EIR came out, they said this was, quote, a deeply deficient and flawed tunnel plan that would do very little to improve statewide water supplies and would bring lasting harm to the Delta. Now, you were just talking about destroying the estuary. What is another problem that you see with this tunnel concept?
Well, certainly it's going to seriously harm the North Delta area. The historic communities in the North Delta are going to be radically changed. There's a very large intake that will be built just south of Hood, and it will destroy those communities in that area. Also, the tunnel goes under some 30 levees, and in order to build the tunnel, the area has to be dewatered. When you dewater an area, it sinks. And so there's a probability that those levees could fail as a result of the construction itself. And there's an alternative. Shanshareh, the 5th biggest river on the west coast of the Western Hemisphere from Alaska to Chile are the sanitation plants in Southern California. All of that water could be recycled and it could be stored in the aquifers in Southern California, which has a larger capacity than Shasta Reservoir. So there's a solution here. It's called recycling, not only in Southern California, but in Northern California. Couple that with the aquifers that exist in the north that should be replenished, as well as recycling and conservation. There's a water plan. I laid it out 12 years ago when I first went to Congress. Some of it has been done. If we did the rest of it, this tunnel concept would not have to be built, and the Delta would not have to be at risk.
And so right now, when it comes to that sanitation and recycling concept, what's going on with it right now? You brought it up 12 years ago, but this has been, reintroduced, this conveyance project. So who's working on the recycling now?
I am, along with Congress. In the Infrastructure and Jobs Act, we put a pile of money, almost $20 billion, into recycling programs throughout the nation. That is available. Actually, Orange County in Southern California has been very, very good at it. The Metropolitan Water District, fortunately, is beginning, but not yet completed, to change its solutions to one that is already at hand. 1 million acre-feet available in Southern California through recycling. So yes, federal money will be available. It'll be matched with local and state money. All of that is possible. We ought to get it done.
All righty, that's going to be a big debate for quite some time. Let's talk about another big debate, the Inflation Reduction Act. It includes key Democratic House priorities like lowered prescription drug costs, extended subsidies to the Affordable Care Act, and the reduction of carbon pollution. President Biden is behind this. In the Senate, your colleagues are looking to a weekend vote. And today it seems that Kristen Sinema of Arizona, who has been the holdout, that she might be going for this. What do you think will happen?
We simply have to do this. We have no choice. We're all giving up something. There are many things that are not in this bill that I wanted in this bill, but we've got to move forward. There's $300 billion of deficit reduction in this bill, $360 billion for America to go all in on green technologies, from solar to wind to offshore wind, all of the battery systems that we need from all of that is in this bill, $360 billion. It is the biggest effort ever by any country ever to deal with the climate change issue. There will be a 40% reduction in greenhouse gas emissions in the next decade when this bill passes, when it is signed, and when America begins to make it happen. And by the way, all of it requires that it be done in America, made by America, make it in America by American. It's all in this bill.
Well, we will have to see what happens with the vote this weekend. Before we let you go, Speaker Pelosi on an Asian tour this week went to the DMZ, the demilitarized zone between North Korea and South Korea. Also, obviously, very famously going to Taiwan. And now China, upset with that, has been firing missiles in retaliation toward Taiwan. You, in the middle of next week, are going on an Asian tour yourself. What is the critical issue that we need to address to improve relations with China? Where does this go from here? Does it improve?
First of all, we need to be very clear to China, you're not going to invade Taiwan. That is for the Taiwanese people over time to make a decision about what their future is. That's been the American policy. That needs to be clear. Pelosi made that clear. When I visit Taiwan next week, I'll make it clear also. The second thing is the Pelosi trip and the trip that I'll be taking next week to South Korea, Philippines, Cambodia, and Taiwan is specifically designed to build our diplomatic partnership relationships with those countries, which is the second thing that China needs to know, that there are other countries in that area that are willing to stand up together to push back on China's expansionary attitudes and programs.
All righty, we will be tracking your trip and hope to speak to you after. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We appreciate you.
Thank you.